What's up, guys? Fling here. I looked at all 17 weekly winners on Underdog Fantasy last year, and I found 5 winning trends. All right, we're going to start off with roster construction. How do I build for the weekly winners? You obviously are not going to take 5 quarterbacks. You wouldn't take 5 tight ends. You want to have a guide of what has worked for most weekly winners. It'll vary week to week, but you need to start 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and 1 tight end. So, and also there's 10 bench spots. So on average, the 17 winners on average, they had 2 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 7 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends drafted. Now, next, we're going to look at that flex spot. This ties into overall roster construction because when we see a position continually dominate the flex spot, we got to dissect it further to look at the types of roster construction that repeatedly got to the top of the leaderboards. I was pretty shocked to see that running back was in the flex spot 70% of the time. It really dominated. Wide receiver was behind it at 17%. And then we had tight end at 11%. So, half PPR site like Underdog Fantasy, I guess it really shouldn't be all that surprising. Now, draft strategy. When we looking at the data, most of the teams had at least 3 wide receivers in their first 5 picks, 58%. The same number of teams drafted a quarterback in their first 5 picks, and 100% of the teams drafted at least 1 running back in their first 5 picks. 41% of the time they drafted 2 running backs on their first 5 picks. So, really, I think the takeaway here is you're going to want about 3 wide receivers on average. You do want to take a elite quarterback when you can and an elite running back in the first 5 picks, which typically will have one. So you could see here, this was kind of a constant. Travis Etienne, I believe this is a week 5 winner. I believe he went like 28th overall. The beginning of the 3rd round, this was a constant that running back win the first 5 picks. Now, stacking, there was 100% of the teams had some sort of stack. 76% of the weekly winners had a primary stack, QB plus a pass catcher. Then this kind of goes on, 38% of the time is QB plus 1, 31% of the time QB plus 2, so on and so forth. However, 52% of the weekly winners had a secondary stack. So you really want to make sure that you can try to find a secondary stack, a specific game environment that you're targeting in each week. Last, most popular players. So this is something I really wanted to look at because it shows spike weeks. Keenan Allen led the way, appearing in 6 winning lineups. CeeDee Lamb was right behind him in 5 winning lineups. At running back, we had Brian Robinson, 4 winning lineups. So you want to target guys that have those type of spike weeks that they could really elevate your team. This is, of course, a little bit of information that I wanted to give you guys here today. I'm actually going to have a much larger video coming soon on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed to it. By the way, if you are on Underdog Fantasy, if you haven't played before, you can use my code Fantasy Football Fling for 100% deposit match up to $250 is what they're doing for that deposit match. So make sure you head over to Underdog Fantasy and get in on that. Like I said, I wanted to give you 5 winning trends today. Very easy to digest information for someone looking to try the weekly winners. But I also want to dive a little bit deeper into it. I want to look at targeting bye weeks, show you some of the winning lineups and a little bit more of the trends that I found. So if you like this kind of content, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the longer video that's dropping soon. Take care, everyone.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. You don't want to miss what's coming next. We really appreciate it. And we'll catch you in the next episode right here on the